All right, good morning. This is a shortened version of what we did during today's live session. So if you came to today's live session, you do not need to watch this video, although you can. If you were not able to make it, this is for you. So what I want you to start off by doing is having a scrap piece of paper, can be a piece of notebook paper, construction paper, whatever, and something to write with. And I want you to think about this question or questions. Today, we are going to be learning more about the events of September 11th, 9/11, 2001. What do you already know about this day? How do you feel about it? Jot down some thoughts on your paper. So in the live session, we went over the fact that today's the 19th anniversary of the attacks on the World Trade Center and the Pentagon and the hijacking of Flight 93, which crashed in Pennsylvania. The picture on your screen right now is a picture of the Twin Towers that used to exist in New York City. So what I want you to do right now is go ahead and pause my video, and you can click on this link. This link is going to take you to a BrainPop. Now, typically you need to log in, you need a password for BrainPop, and for the month of September, this video should run free. So let me know if you have a question getting onto it, but go ahead and watch this video and then come back to mine. All right. So the BrainPop does a nice job describing the details of the events of that day. A little more detail. This is just some information about the World Trade Center. The entire World Trade Center was actually a complex that consisted of 7 buildings with nearly 10 million square feet of office space for about 35,000 people and 430 companies. So while these were the first that were attacked by the airplanes, this wasn't just an attack on the United States. It was really an attack on the world because there were international companies that were housed there. Here's an aerial shot of the Pentagon. And if you're not familiar with what the Pentagon is, that is the headquarters of the U.S. Department of Defense. Think of the military. And American Airlines Flight 77 crashed into this. And then lastly, this is a field in Pennsylvania. Flight 93 was hijacked with the intention of flying it into a high-profile target in Washington, D.C. Many think it might have been the White House, but the passengers heard about the other attacks, and they decided to mount an assault, kind of gang up on the hijackers, and the plane then crashed into a field before it could be flown into any other target. Unfortunately, there were no survivors. So in the live session, we got off the live session for a little bit and went and did some exploring on our own. And I'm going to give you time to do that as well. So you can go ahead. You're going to see a link here. When you pull up the link, you should see an interactive timeline. And you're going to control the timeline a bit differently on a Chromebook. You'll see up here in the top right-hand corner, there's a clock that you can use to get it to move. You can make it full screen. You can control it by doing like a 2-hand move with your mouse pad. But I want you to pay attention to everything that you see on the timeline. These are all considered primary sources. And if you remember from last week, a primary source is an immediate first-hand account of a topic made by the person who witnessed